Zora coin. What could be happening with Zora next? So I talked about this coin recently, and I said on this coin here, on this chart here, it's gonna be very telling. Like a lot of the charts I've been showing you guys, because they tell me, if they have a higher chance of moving to the upside or a higher chance of moving to the downside. Now, if you guys been watching my channel, you guys know that I've been pointing out a lot of these wedge patterns. They're very simple, very effective to be paying attention to and to start learning how to chart. If you guys are to take away to take away anything from these videos, it's going to be learning the basics of technical analysis, because that will get you a huge edge on this market. You guys will get, get a much better idea on when a move is about to happen and to which direction. Okay. Now, I pointed out this pattern here for Zora on this weekly time frame, and falling wedges have a higher chance of breaking to the upside. They are bullish patterns, okay? And this one broke to the upside last week, despite that crash we had in the market. So it was pretty amazing, okay? If we actually take a look at quite a bit of these altcoins here, we would see a huge weekly red candle, but not Zora. Okay, so what happened with Zora here is that it broke out of the falling wedge pattern. Like I said, it has a higher chance of doing. Price target was about 12 cents. Zora basically met its price target and some more. Now, price targets are estimates only, okay? A lot of which does depend on Bitcoin, but in this case, I guess not, okay? But a lot of which does depend on Bitcoin, these altcoin setups, these altcoin price targets. If Bitcoin dumps, a lot of these altcoin setups, they're not really going to matter that much, okay? Especially if Bitcoin dumps extensively, it is going to kill the momentum of some of these altcoins. Zora here seems to have pulled it off so far, but I would not continue to say that if Bitcoin continues dumping, right? But what I'm seeing here, what is next for Zora? Okay, Zora here has a few scenarios that could play out, right? So since this breakout here, it went about 12 cents. I hope you guys have locked in some profits, right? And traders usually look at price targets, right, as an indicator, one of the indicators for taking profits, right? And what I'm seeing here after it has hit the price targets, taking a look into this 4-hour time frame here, okay, this is a rising wedge pattern, and rising wedge patterns work in the opposite direction of a falling wedge pattern, whereas they are bearish patterns that have a higher chance of breaking to the downside. Let's just say if Zora breaks to the downside here, for example, the price target would be about just right above 6 cents there. Okay, so some things to be mindful of. Now, there is still a smaller chance that Zora could actually break out of this rising wedge pattern to the upside. Okay, smaller chance. So this is what I'm basically seeing for Zora here on the lower time frame. Now, let's just say if this market can actually come back up here, if this coin can actually come back up here to about 15 cents, which was basically the previous resistance, this could still form some type of a cup and handle pattern, right? Because it looks like it's still, it's on a higher high right now, since the bounce after reaching 4 cents, okay, it is on a higher high right now, but it could still see a higher low. Okay, that is just that's a lot of what I've seen in the market, right? Nothing goes straight up, nothing goes straight down. Even for an uptrend, you're gonna see higher highs and higher lows. And right now, I'm seeing still a higher high since this bounce. So if a higher low comes, you can still say that it has higher highs and higher lows since this bounce, and higher lows usually turn into rounded bottoms, and rounded bottoms usually turn into cup and handles, which is a bullish pattern that has a higher chance of breaking to the upside. but it does need to come back up here to retest about 15 cents twice in order to form that cup and handle. So that is a very early guess of what this could be happening on a higher time frame, and I've pointed out to you guys what could be happening on a lower time frame. Now, a lot of which is going to depend on Bitcoin. I am long on Bitcoin. I am long on quite a bit of the altcoins here, so my opinions on this market is still bullish. However, these are just my opinions and not financial advice. You guys got to form your own opinions and strategies. I will link you guys to my more detailed Bitcoin video I did earlier today. I never trade altcoins without a clear understanding of Bitcoin. I highly recommend you guys watch it, and I'll see you on the next one. Like and subscribe if you want to continue seeing any more of Zora or any other coins in this market. I'll pick a request to you for you guys on a daily basis.